let's make lemonade. Let's go to work.
That's the signal! Go! 6! It's beautiful! Mother Nature just pissed her pants, dude!
Wake up and hit the ground running. It's The Rush, presented by Willis Auto, with Travis Justice and Ross Peterson bringing you raw, unfiltered, and unapologetic talk about sports, life, and everything else that matters. No filtered, no fluff, just The Rush.
Man, I wonder what's going on with that. Keep screwing things up with the end of the intro. Do you not notice that?
Oh, duh, yeah, because we're supposed to flash up, like, you can follow The Rush Radio at TikTok, Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah, that thing. That thing's supposed to happen, and that's not happening. So I got to figure out what that is. That's all right. Hey, welcome to our Tuesday morning get-together. Justin, Ross, you're not going to have Travis today. We just got a last-minute scratch from Travis. He bought a wine tour to do in Italy today for the whole family, and he was going to stay home and do the show. Turned out Owen got sick, and Travis hates wasting money. He's a cheap ass.
Well, I don't blame him.
Hates missing the show, hates losing money more.
Owen, Lizzie, Owen's girlfriend, and then there was a third, one of his daughters sick, too.
Was there really?
There was 3.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
there was 3.
Hope they didn't get something bad. Have you ever been sick on a vacation?
Yeah, but never. Like, I've only been out of the country once.
Oh, dude, yeah. Owen, Lizzie, and Mary are all sick.
Mary, yes.
Oh.
And you hope it's just like a cold. Like, something where you go, oh, I feel like crap, but at least, like, nothing terrible.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I've been sick on vacations, but it would be a totally different animal being thousands of miles away.
Italy?
In Italy.
Dude, I felt so bad for Courtney when we went to Ireland. We had a really fun Friday or Saturday planned. We were going to go whale watching and dolphin watching out in, it was incredible. It was just beautiful. But Friday night, we got drunk. Like really, really, really drunk. 4 of us split like 6 bottles of wine. We were hammered. I had an awesome night. Dancing to the Cranberries in a lady's kitchen in Ireland. It was epic. It was this epic night and we literally looked at each other like, this is amazing. We're living this is a really cool thing to do in life right now. And then about 12 hours later, we were on that boat. And the boat, and it was just like this slow rolling waves, right? Mm-hmm. And the charter had the big tower on it where you could go up on top of the tower, and that's where they actually were driving the boat from because they're looking for the whales and the dolphins, and then going towards them, right? We can go up there and watch if you want, and I don't think Courtney kind of realized like how much more movement there was when you're that far above the water. If the boat moves like that, you move like that. Right? And if the boat moves a little bit, you move a lot. And she was doing good. I've got these great pictures of us, and she's smiling and looking good. And then she was up on the top one time. I'm like, hey, look down. I got a picture over there. She got a big smile on her face. Like 30 seconds later, she comes down that ladder, and she's as white as your hat. I'm like, oh, you okay? No. And we're like an hour into this 4-hour trick. This 4-hour trek that we're doing. Yeah, maybe longer than that. It's going to be like 5 hours being on the boat. It's a solid another 3 or 4 hours of being on the boat, and now she's seasick. I've been on boats with 2 people that have been truly seasick. Courtney was the second one. First one was up fishing at Ballard's one time. That was bad.
I've never gotten seasick.
Well, that dude we had to take that dude was like at the beginning of the 9 hours of fishing in the morning. And we literally drove that dude to an island. Literally like went to pulled the boat up to an island and told this guy, hey, there's a picnic table on the island. You go hang out there. We're going fishing. And I mean, we were an hour from camp. We couldn't turn around and take this guy back to camp and then come back and fish again. We had to literally just tell this dude, and he was good with it. He was like, I totally get it. I'd rather be on that picnic table than out here being sick the whole time. Who gave him a peanut butter sandwich and left him on an island in Canada because he was seasick, and then came back and got him like 9 hours later. That would be
That would be awful. That would be awful.
So that being sick in Italy, all three of them. I hope they didn't eat something bad.
Yeah, that
Either way.
I mean, like I hope it's just a cold where you're just like achy, feel like crap, and not anything more extreme. I got heat stroke one time on one of our friends' lake trips.
That's just being a pussy.
I think it was not drinking a sip of
kidding.
water. I didn't drink. I don't even think I looked at a bottle of water for that whole day. And we were drinking, and I got back to the hotel, and I'm like, oh, I feel fine. Took a shower, and then we went out to eat, and I'm sitting there, and it was one of those where all of a sudden, like, you just feel the levels of, like, at first you're like, man, something doesn't feel right. And then quickly you're like, oh, I'm starting to sweat. I'm about to puke. It sucked. And then
I've been at dinner and had things hit me in waves.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was bad. And
Mine was a little more self-induced, but okay.
I remember Grady's wife, she was in a summer class in college, and she had to do this presentation at night, and she's on Zoom. Well, there's only one bathroom, and I have to like puke. And I'm like, I don't want to be like that CNN commercial where that like little girl comes walking in. So I'm like, what am I going to do? So I found a trash bag, and I go outside, and there's
Wait,
like
was she in the bathroom doing her Zoom
She
thing?
was in the room, and the
Okay.
bathroom's in the room, and I don't want to walk in and like as
Be
she's
throwing
trying
up
to
behind.
present.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. That makes sense now. Okay.
And so there's a deck, like a patio. So I grab a trash can and I start puking, and all of a sudden I hear below me a family trying to grill. and,
Oh
like,
my
have
God.
dinner.
Justin.
And I'm like, it's already happening. Because it was quiet out there. I didn't hear them.
This is great.
Also, I wasn't thinking of like, I should check my surroundings before. And I
Man,
just
when you
hear
gotta
this,
puke, you gotta puke. You can't.
yeah, like. But I heard this little like kid's voice go, "What is that?" And I'm like, "Oh no, sorry, family of 5."
That's amazing.
But
I
it's
don't want to
happening.
ruin. I don't want to ruin people's breakfast, but I will tell you, I didn't have a situation where that one's good. Throwing up over a balcony and you realize there's family below you. I'm like 19, 20, 21, something like that. Let's say I was 21. Went to UNI to go party with my friends for the weekend. And we go Saturday night. We have this awesome, fun, maybe it was a Friday night, whatever it was. Next morning, they decide we're going to go get breakfast in Cedar Falls. And so we went to this like cool little breakfast spot. Again, I'm 21 years old. I'm hungover. And we get done with breakfast, and I'm the first one to pay my bill. And I'm like, man, I'm not feeling great. I'm going to step outside for a second. And I'm like getting towards the front door, and I'm all congested. And I'm like, oh, man, I just got to blow my nose. I just got to get this stuff out of my head, right? And so I did that kind of gross Iowa thing that you do when you're all by yourself outside, right?
Mhm.
I just did the farmer's blow. I kind of, right? And I snot rocket that second one out, and it like is dangly. You know what I mean? It like shoots out, but there's still like
Yeah.
4 feet of snot
It's almost like a
connected
clown
to my.
doing a trick.
And I'm standing outside like, and I look up, and there's a family walking towards me to go have breakfast. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. In my mind, they turned around. They were like, we're not eating.
They're like, oh.
This is gross. Sorry to ruin your meal. There's a restaurant on the south side. It's closed down now, so I can say the name of it. Riccelli's. Did you ever eat at Riccelli's?
No,
There was a
never
period
heard
of
of it.
time when Riccelli's was like a special thing in Des Moines. It was a really good restaurant, really good Italian restaurant on the South Side. And I mean, to the point, like that was one of the things when my mom and dad would have an anniversary or Christmas or something, I would often get a gift certificate to Riccelli's for my mom and dad because they liked it. And then get a gift certificate one time, and I'm like, hey, Mom, did you guys go have dinner at Riccelli's? How was it? And she's like, interesting. Not sure we'll want to go back. I'm like, it's like your favorite restaurant. What do you mean? She goes, yeah. This weird thing happened when we were there the other day. She's like, we pulled into the restaurant, pulled in the parking lot, and we get out of the car, and there's this guy in the parking lot, like, threatening somebody. He's, like, on the phone, like, I'm going to kill you. I am going to find you, and I am going to murder you, and I'm going to kill you. She's like, and your dad kind of grabbed me and moved me to the other side of the car, and we were like, oh, man, we'll avoid that guy. And we went into the restaurant, we were seated, and then our waiter came over, and our waiter was the guy in the parking lot.
What a fun dynamic that would be. He's like going full Liam Neeson of like, I have a particular set of skills. I will find you and I will kill you. Could I get you guys any waters to start?
Would you guys like more bread, please? Would you guys like more bread? I'm Gustavo. I'll be helping you tonight.
And
I'm Vincente. I'd be happy to.
Not trying to rush you guys out or anything, but I do have something planned here in about 2 hours. If I might be able to grab you a new waiter, but I may have to leave for a couple.
Could I close you guys out before you get going here? We're gonna do a shift change here. I've got things I've got to take care of.
That's great. That is so good.
What'd your Monday consist of, buddy? As we just killed 10 minutes. I'm sorry about that. What was your Monday like?
So went to the dentist, and I go to Brady Dental, and you know the Bradys, and it's funny they were talking about.
I know Justin really well. Well, Brady Dental over on the east side is. I mean, most East Siders know Brady Dental. East side, and then they're really good at working around all the missing teeth. I'm joking with you. Justin Brady is one of the Bradys of Brady Dental, and Justin hosts the Iowa podcast, which is kind of a news-related, Des Moines-based, but he focuses on a lot of Iowa politics stuff. And Justin's a fun guy. Worked with him at WHO for a long time.
But his brother is now running Brady Dental, and it's funny though they were talking about you and Trav. And speaking of killing 15 minutes, just talking about nonsense, he was like, man, I love listening to Travis and Ross because, like, sports is secondary. Like, it does feel like you sit down.
I feel like if we do it right, sports is secondary. I mean, that's my idea every morning is like, what can we talk about that's not sports? What can I bring to the table that's kind of sports adjacent?
Well, I know you guys always talked about how you want that, like your breakfast club, like you go out
coffee club. Yeah, that was
club.
Actually Abigail, Travis's daughter, was the one that said that to us. Like, you guys, because Travis said, I always wanted to be. My dad did this, Justin. I don't even know if these things exist anymore. My dad still does it actually with his group of Patriot Guard buddies. They get together once in a while, and I'll call him at when the show gets over at 8:30 and see what his day is. And he's like, "Oh, me and the Patriot Guard guys are hanging out in the garage having coffee." When I was a kid, my dad would do it at the Hardee's in Pleasant Hill. And the Hardee's in Pleasant Hill had this like corner that was old man corner. When you would go in there, if you were there before 10 a.m., you could guarantee one of about 15 people would be in this one corner of Hardee's. They'd be sitting there having coffee. It was as close to that kind of farmer coffee talk. You know what I mean? I would go with my dad sometimes and just sit there and listen. And you'd hear all of these. And now guys that at the time, they seemed like they were old men. But now I realize they were just middle-aged. Middle-aged. Because they were my age right now.
Yeah.
And probably younger. And they would just sit around and talk about the town and what they'd heard. And it was like a live version of Twitter and Facebook and Snapchat and all that rolled into one.
A conversation.
A conversation.
Like human interaction.
And you never knew what it was going to be. You never knew if somebody was going to talk about the Hawkeyes or Trump or what it was going to be. And so, it was a lot like this. And then one day Abigail's like, Dad, that's what you do.
It's the show.
It's what you and Ross do every day.
I do like, diners. There's a few diners you can go to, but it's not what it's portrayed like in the movies because of, the change in the culture. But
diners, you go with who you don't go and meet people anymore. You know what I mean? It's not like, well, let's go to the diner and see who's there. You go to the diner with your 3 people you're going to have breakfast with. You talk to those 3 people and you get the hell out of there.
But damn, you watch a Quentin Tarantino movie and you're like, I want to go to a diner now. I want to smoke a cigarette in public while I drink coffee.
I don't even smoke cigarettes.
I don't even smoke cigarettes, but you watch a Tarantino movie.
When you say a Tarantino movie at a diner, the only thing that comes to my mind is Pulp Fiction.
The start of Reservoir Dogs. When they're talking about...
Oh, okay.
And that's when Mr. Pink's like, I don't tip. I don't believe in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a diner. No, every time, you watch Pulp Fiction or Reservoir Dogs and you're like, damn, a diner looks fun.
I was hoping your Monday would have consisted of press conferences and Monday Night Football and
that was
on
just
the edge of your seat for college football, for college basketball polls.
I mean, I was chatting with John Walters because he's going to be on my show tomorrow to
very
do
nice.
like a Cy-Hawk preview and then also kind of talk about the Campbell chaos from his point of view. But yeah, if we want to dive into the press conference stuff, more than willing to, because that was something we
got lots. Again, I thought we'd maybe touch back on. We didn't talk yesterday a lot about the weekend basketball. We didn't talk a lot about the college football playoff. There's still some meat on those bones, but yeah, let's just kind of start with what happened yesterday. We did have 2 press conferences. Got to see the Jimmy Rodgers press conference. Got to see the Matt Campbell press conference. I said early on the Jimmy Rodgers one was going to be boilerplate. I said that yesterday, that don't expect a lot of groundbreaking, earth-shattering stuff. It's going to be, I'm really glad to be here. Great opportunity, wonderful people.
Yeah.
All the things that you say when you get a new job and you're really excited about having that job. What I was more interested in was to see how Matt Campbell would handle the Penn State press conference and maybe even how he addressed Iowa State. And I saw some people commenting on that already. So Justin, just what were your takeaways, or what did John Walters have to say about it?
So for Iowa State, for my conversation with John Walters, he talked about how one thing that stood out with the Jimmy Rodgers press conference to him was his almost brutal honesty. And what stood out to him was near the end, Jimmy Rodgers is like, are we done? I got to start like recruiting these guys back. And I think everyone in that room, John Walters included, was like, we love that. Like, he understands. I only have 6 days.
It's a lot of work to do.
And half of this day is already gone because I have to do a press conference, take photos.
And sit in the back and listen to somebody talk about me for 10 minutes, and then come out here and talk to you about me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I watched a couple of clips, and, Cyclone fans will be excited that he's changing the defense up a little because we know Haycock had the 3-3-5 defense with the 3 defensive linemen. He talked about, making it more of a, like what Iowa has with that 4-2-5. You have more pressure on the quarterback. So I know Cyclone fans are excited about that. He mentioned fixing special team issues. I know Iowa State fans are really excited about that. But that was really about it that I got from the Jimmy Rodgers press conference. I did watch a little more. I think the Campbell one, everyone was really interested in. Because, you had the stuff, too, that I kind of forgot about until the AD started apologizing for it. But his phone call, you remember how there was the leaked audio from the AD talking trash about, like, Penn State, or about Iowa and the issues at Penn State? So it was interesting to see him apologize for that. And then, the clips of Campbell talking about Iowa State, I thought were sincere. I know some people can make jokes about him forcing tears or anything. I think it was real. You don't spend 10 years at a place and pass up job opportunities, in my opinion.
Think about Matt Campbell on those senior days.
Yeah.
You know, when he's standing there at the 50-yard line, gushing tears. You can't fake that. You can't. You know, I'm going to sit here and think about mom dying and my dog passing away, and then that's going to bring the tears. No, you get that way because you have really raw emotions and you really are attached to those guys. I don't think those weren't. I saw somebody in our comment section before the show even started saying, "Man, Campbell did a really good job with those crocodile tears yesterday."
I saw the
I
same
don't
one.
think that's what that was.
I don't either.
Remember when Anthony Rizzo got traded away from the Chicago Cubs?
Yes.
You remember this.
You're
And he and his
going to try and
family-
make me cry now? Try and make me cry now?
You're going to try to make me cry. Remember what he did before he left Chicago? He went
No.
and did family photos at Wrigley Field.
Oh.
He didn't leave right away. He went and shared family photos at Wrigley Field. And that to me was a thing of like, oh, he really meant it.
Mm-hmm.
He really meant it. I'm with you. I think that 10 years, 10 years at a place is enough to feel like it's a part of your life. And I don't think that this was an easy decision for Matt Campbell. I really don't, even though it's a ton of money.
Yeah, it'd be
So-
an easy decision for guys like you and me.
because we don't have a $4 million a year job.
Yep.
And so if somebody were to offer us $8 to $10 million a year, we'd go, oh, yeah.
What do you need me to do?
Kill who, do what?
What waiter do we need to contact?
Where what? Do what? I'm there. So that was I didn't think that they were I saw a couple of clips. I didn't watch the entire Campbell press conference. I got to saw the clips that came to me via X and whatnot. So I did see the clip of him kind of getting a little bit emotional and talking about that time. What was your takeaway from it, Justin?
I mean, I'm same as you were. I didn't think the crying was fake. That you don't spend 10 years at a job and, pass up jobs like the Lions or other huge opportunities and not mean it when you say that place had a special place in your heart. I thought that was really interesting. It's funny when you watch these press conferences, I never the stuff with Jimmy Rodgers was interesting about the special teams and the defensive changes. And I did like how he mentioned in his speech, a Big 12 title is a goal, because I think as fans, you just love hearing that he
and
recognizes
that's something that Matt Campbell specifically avoided for a long time.
Yeah,
He would
we
not
all
talk
know
about
that
those.
was a goal, but
Yep. Yeah.
And then for Penn State, I wasn't listening to hear was he going to change, on the field for Penn State. It was the little stories that I found really interesting. His 45-minute phone call with Coach Sanderson at Penn State, and how they had similar paths. And then the one I really liked was he's really close with the Eagles head coach, and I guess they were college roommates. So they've been
no
texting.
way.
Yeah, been texting constantly. And he tells a story of last year. He goes out to a Eagles practice, and it was right after they get Barkley. And I guess Campbell looked at him and was like, you really screw this up if you don't win a Super Bowl. If you don't win a Super Bowl, something went bad. And so that was a fun story.
That guy?
You have that guy? So those were kind of the stories that stuck out to me with the Campbell press conference. I thought the Sanderson thing was really cool. And then, completely
I wondered
forgot
about
the
that
80.
connection. I really did. I wondered about what that would. I mean, they never were at Iowa State together, I don't believe.
Man, I don't think
remember.
so.
I have to look at when Kale actually left. So I wondered, but I did when a couple of hours into the news, I remember thinking I wonder what the connection would be with Kale reaching out and how much of a relationship they have. That's cool. 45-minute conversation. I didn't know Kale had 45-minute conversations. He seems like a guy that has 45-second conversations to me. That's really cool. And I had no idea about the connection with the Eagles. That's neat too. Think that
Kale
had anything to do
Sanderson
with,
was hired in 2009, so they wouldn't have crossed paths.
he was 09 to Penn State.
Yep, hired April 17th,
Wow,
2009.
he's been there for 16 years?
According to Google. And according to GoPennStateSports.com.
I'll believe it.
I'll believe it too.
Wow, that's wild. I thought that they were a little bit closer to having maybe cross paths in Ames.
I was 8 years
Holy
old.
Cow. Don't say stuff like that, Justin. That's when you get the nasty comments. Okay, that's when people get really angry with you. Oh, I was 8 years old. Shut up. Shut up, because all of us were adults.
No, I wasn't.
Sharkus says he's won 12 titles at Penn State already. Dude,
I mean,
time is unreal sometimes. It just is. It's wild. That's wild.
Wrestling has never been a huge thing in my family. It's not a sport we really pay attention to. But I do know Penn State's a juggernaut. So that 12 sounds right to me.
See, Justin, it's funny because at my point, at your point in my life is what I'm trying to say. When I was 25, that was Iowa wrestling. That the Iowa wrestling it wasn't even like people will go, oh, it was the Alabama of wrestling. No, it wasn't. It was better. It was better. Think of the most dominant team you can. Think of the Patriots or the Yankees or the Golden State Warriors. No, this was better. Every year they were the number one team. Just like Penn State, just like in your life where you go, oh yeah, I don't even know anything about wrestling and I know that Penn State's amazing and that every year they're going to be one of the best teams. That was Iowa wrestling for a long time. That's why Iowa wrestling fans sound a lot like Nebraska football fans. That's why Iowa wrestling fans say a lot of the same things. Like, man, why can't... And again, they're not... Nebraska's out of the top 25. Nebraska's barely holding on to winning seasons, that sort of thing. That's not the same. Iowa is the number 2 team in the nation for a lot of these and has been number 1. But Hawkeye fans want that dominance again. Hawkeye fans expect it. Don't want it. Expect it. Sit back and go, wait a minute. Something's wrong with the world if the Hawkeyes aren't the best team and now it's been over a decade, 16 years. I had no idea. Dude, no idea.
That's a long time.
So back to the Campbell and Rodgers press conferences, I guess. And again, the Rodgers one seemed pretty boilerplate. He's got a lot of work to do. We're going to find out in the next week what that looks like. We're going to also find out what this exodus from the Iowa State locker room might look like. There's already been a few names that have kind of flown around.
Zay Robinson yesterday announced.
Yeah. I did listen to Bloom and Williams put out their podcast, and it was a good one. It's a really good one because they kind of talk about both of their experiences, how they found out about this information, what their reaction to it is, what they think is going to happen with Iowa State. They talk about them opting out of the bowl game. So if you get a chance today. It's only about 45 minutes. Bloom and Williams put out their podcast. I want to say they did that on Sunday night. I think it was Sunday night that came out. And I got a chance to listen to that yesterday. It was really good. Some great information. So if you get a chance, Justin, go back and listen to that. When we get back, maybe we'll touch back on the weekend a little bit because we did kind of move through yesterday. We spent most of yesterday talking about Matt Campbell and talking about what this meant for Iowa State to opt out of the bowl game. So didn't get a lot of time to really dive into the weekend. Maybe we can talk a little bit about what happened with Drake. They had their playoff football game. Turned out the way that a lot of us thought it was going to, but an awesome accomplishment for Coach Woodley and the Drake Bulldogs to even get to that point and have that opportunity. So when we get back, we'll touch on some of that and take your phone calls. 515-517-2303. Phone hasn't rang yet this morning, I don't think, but I've been watching. So we'll start looking.
Make sure you have connected.
It's connected. I'm pretty sure it's ready to go. Somebody can test me on that if they want. 515-517-2303. We'll continue with The Rush. TheRushRadio.com. It is Justin Miller and Ross Peterson with you this morning.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
Bad gift giving. It happens to the best of us.
Thanks, I think.
But what if I told you there's a better way? Toss the silly socks and ditch the mediocre mugs, because the Iowa Lottery's gift that keeps on winning is here to save the holidays. Give your loved ones holiday scratch tickets with the chance to win instantly or unwrap your share of $1 million. Say no, no, no to boring presents with the Iowa Lottery this holiday season. Woohoo! Enter and see rules at ialottery.com/VIP.
'Tis the season to share great taste. Grab a refreshing Coca-Cola and make every moment a celebration. Locally made, nationally loved, Coca-Cola is the real deal when it comes to holiday cheer. Whether you're kicking back after the game or hosting the crew, nothing hits like that crisp, fizzy taste. Make this season yours. Grab an ice-cold Coca-Cola today.
With over 260 beers on tap, El Bait Shop isn't just another craft beer bar. It's the best. Beer lovers know. El Bait Shop, 200 Southwest 2nd, Des Moines.
There's a new spin on casual dining near Drake University. Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers. Craveable faves, flatbreads, delicious burgers, frozen cocktails, and a crazy cool vibe. Get to Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers today.
Get ready, Des Moines. College basketball is heating up at Casey Center. On December 20th, the Iowa Hawkeyes take on the Bucknell Bison in a non-conference showdown you won't want to miss. Presented by Casey's. Feel the action. Hear the roar. Be there as the new look Hawkeyes bring the intensity to the capital city. Tickets are going fast. Grab yours now at HighVTix.com and be part of the excitement on December 20th. Iowa versus Bucknell, presented by Casey's. December 20th, only at Casey Center. Be there.
My name's Gary Prosnell, and I'm a residential home mortgage banker for Northwest Bank and Des Moines Metro Market. I've been financing people's homes for over 25 years, and I'm an expert in financing VA loans, FHA loans, IFA loans, and new construction homes. This is my cat Norm. Norm knows football, but he doesn't know mortgage, and that's where I come in. There are a lot of Tom, Dick, and Norms out there doing loans. So don't just trust anyone with your home loan. I'm your local, trusted, experienced expert.
Loans. Call Gary at 515-975-6767 or find his profile at nw.bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Brennan Santone here at Willis Cadillac, wanting to wish you a happy holiday. Over here at the Clive store, we have great incentives on all kinds of different vehicles. There are quite a few that are over the 6,000 pound mark for all you business owners, as well as 2.9% financing up to 60 months on several models. Great lease deals, and like I said, good selection on quite a few different models. Stop over and see us at the Clive location or online at williscadillac.com.
Hey, it's Noel from Fiscus Jewelers. This holiday season, give the gift of sparkle that lasts a lifetime. From our latest designs to timeless favorites, there's something for everyone on your list. Already have a Fiscus diamond? Bring it in and trade up with our 100% trade-up program. It's the perfect way to shine a little brighter this year. And if you're dreaming up something custom, get your design started by December 1st for Christmas delivery. Let's make this season magical together. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
Looking for the perfect golf escape? Experience links-style golf right here in Ames at Coldwater Golf Links. With rolling fairways, large greens, and unique routing, it's golf the way it's meant to be played. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, you'll love our course's welcoming atmosphere and friendly staff. Grab your clubs, book a tee time, and make every round unforgettable. Coldwater Golf Links, where great golf leads to great memories. Visit coldwatergolf.com to book your round today.
Back to the Rush. Strong opinions, weak filters, and just enough sense to stay on the air. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
On the Rush, we like to talk about winning, and nobody wins like Willis Automotive. From luxury to everyday dependability, Willis has the ride that fits your lifestyle. So stop by Willis in Des Moines and experience the Willis way. Exceptional service, unmatched selection, and people who truly care. Ross Peterson and Justin Miller along with you here this morning on The Rush. Glad to have you along on therushradio.com or wherever you're listening. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, rushradio.com, the TuneIn app. We got all sorts of options for you there. Glad you found one of those options and have joined us. I should tell you about my experience with Willis quickly, because they've been working on the Jeep for a while.
Yeah.
So I've been driving this loaner, this Volkswagen loaner. This is how they get you, Justin. This is how they get you. This
You
is
gonna
how they
get
get
one?
you. It's on the tip of my mind.
That was a long pause.
I mean, it's not. I love my Jeep. I love it dearly. It's got 180,000 miles on it. Like at some point, I'm band-aiding this thing to the finish line. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Driving a new car does do that for you. Where you're like, yeah, I could get used to this. You know what?
This could do.
You know what?
This will work.
Do. This will do right here. This new car thing. That's going to be just fine for me. Man, I love it when the Gary Presnall commercial comes up, because when I'm hosting the show, I have to have all the media stuff up, so I don't get to see the comment section. So I apologize to you folks if you're trying to jump into the show on the comments. I'm not able to see those today. But during the break, when Norm popped up, I specifically went to the comment section just to see all the Norm. Somebody says Nickel is the show's mascot. Norm is the show's spirit animal.
That's a good fit. I just love how it's become a thing that Norm shits in the kitchen.
That was fun. Rob put that the other day, and now people have run with it.
It'll be like, get the litter out of the kitchen.
I love that Norm has become a character on the show. That's so great.
I love it.
Iowa State we knew that Iowa State was going to get a bump up after an absolute dismantling of the top team in the country. What a weird weekend. What a weird weekend. And if you're a Cyclone fan, if you're a diehard Cyclone fan, I can only imagine it almost had to seem surreal a little bit, even to me, as kind of an ancillary Cyclone observer, right? I'm watching that game thinking, this just feels like the Twilight Zone in some weird way. Like, Cyclone fans are barely able to engage in this game. It's still pretty early in what's going to be an exciting basketball season. I know a lot of Cyclone fans were really invested, and especially after the way the football season had wrapped up, especially after Friday's news that Matt Campbell was leaving. That was just such a weird basketball game, Justin, for them to go out and just beat the crap out of Purdue. And all of those stats that they kept throwing at you. How long it had been since Purdue had lost at home. How long it had been since a number one team had lost at home. And Iowa State there was no fluke about it. There was no, you let them stick around, and they started. Iowa State played with them in the first half and didn't play great, and played with them in the first half. Mm-hmm. And then in the second half found that groove. Purdue probably had their worst half of basketball, all on the backs of Iowa State's defense and just consistent play throughout. I mean, I talked about how it was, looking at that box score yesterday was odd to me, because watching the game several times, I'm like, man, Jefferson is amazing. He is fantastic. He reminds me of when Iowa State had those players that were just at a different level in the college game. And he's a different player than like Pfizer or Royce White. He's a different player than those guys, but he's got that thing where for flashes, he's the best player on the court by leaps and bounds. Now, the funny thing is, I saw that watching the game on Saturday. Dude, look at that box score. It's not a great box score for him at all.
No.
I think he shot around 50%. He had more turnovers than he did assists. Didn't have, 10 rebounds. There's nothing on that box score that says he's the best player on the court at any given time in that 40-minute stretch. But there's several guys on that Iowa roster that you look at the box score, and it does remind you of like, oh, yeah, this dude was playing. This dude was hot. And I think that's a part of what is the beauty of this Iowa State team. It's not a Pfizer or a Royce White or a guy that they're kind of moving around, or a George Niang. This dude, they were good without Taman Lipsey. He shows up and they're 25 points better than the best team in the country at home. So glad to see, very, very deserving of that jump up into the top 5. Glad to see that they're in the top 4. I think if you're a Cyclone fan, just got to be
It's
enjoy
a long
this
season,
ride.
and the Big 12 is absolutely stacked. But no, this Iowa State team, this is the most balanced Iowa State team I think Otzelberger has really ever had. I mean, I think it could be up there with the most balanced team I've ever seen in my lifetime as a Cyclone, because you have those Hoiberg teams, they were good. I mean, offensively, they would put up 94 points on anyone. They also gave up like 90 points. Defense wasn't their strong suit. First 4 years under TJ, the whole storyline was, they'll keep you to 50, but can they score 50? They had to win those tough ones. Now you have, like you mentioned, it's not just one guy, and it's not just one way they score. They don't just rely on the three. Sure, can they go off and hit 11 of 23 or whatever it was against the number one team on the road? Yeah, they have that capability. Can they drive on you and really score in the paint? Well, yeah, because Lipsy is incredible with being able to get to the paint. And then you have just so many great shooters. Momcilovic is able to do that Dirk Nowitzki kind of like fadeaway jumper, mid-range jumper. This team is so stacked. But the player that stood out to me in that game was that freshman in Torre. I mean, that's a true freshman going on the floor, having to guard the best guard in the country in Braden Smith. And he forces 6 turnovers from that guy. That's incredible. And he's really impressed me through these first few games. And then Buchanan.
Buchanan was another one that several times in that game I had that same thing with Jefferson where I was like, is Blake Buchanan the best player on this team? I mean, again, those moments that show up where you see him make a play or a backdoor cut or something and you go, damn, that dude can play too. Every one of them, Justin. It's a really good, like there is no soft spot. There's nothing there's nobody that comes on the court and you go, okay, if we can get through these next couple of minutes and get the starter back out there. There's nobody on the roster that makes you feel that way. Buchanan's a great one, too. He had several moments in that game where I'm like, damn, this dude's a baller as well. Momcilovic is you nailed it with the Dirk thing. He's just a tough guard. He's just tough on the offensive end of the court.
Put a hand up and kind of just hope he messes up is what you can do. With Buchanan, real quick, though, I mean, that front court for Purdue is so talented, but their length, we talked about it yesterday of how you always see 5 guys over 7 foot on Purdue, and he went out there and competed. Again, I was so shocked Iowa State as a team only lost that rebounding battle by 1. Like Iowa State, they have some size, but not compared to Purdue.
Right.
So it was an amazing game. What was nice about it for me as a basketball sicko, because I was trying to watch every game I could on Saturday. There's so many good games. I loved it that Iowa State was blowing out Purdue because I could be like, all right, we can put this one to the side.
Your favorite part of it was you got to turn it off early?
Yeah, could put it to the side and then watch Duke and Michigan State have a heavyweight battle. But it was incredible. Huge win.
Do you know, speaking defensively of TJ's team and Iowa State this year, because, again, offensively scoring 81 at Purdue, blowing them out, that's the story. Defensively, do you realize do you know how many points Purdue's top scorer had on Saturday?
No, I don't. I don't even know
11.
where. In my head, I was like, by your tone, I got to go low. I was going to say 18.
Yeah, 3 guys for Purdue got into double digits. Clough, Smith, and off the bench, Jacobson were the only 3 that got into double digits. Braden Smith led the team with 11 points. He was 5 of 9 from the field. Defensively, a clinic. So move into the top 4, and I think that's the same conversations we've had all year long about this Iowa State basketball team, the conversation we will have all year long. We even had I feel like it was a listener yesterday talked about those expectations, that after you see a game like that, I don't think it's crazy. Maybe you said it, Justin. I don't think it's crazy for Iowa State fans to walk around here in this month of December and say, we might win a national title.
Not at all.
We've got the team to do this. You just destroyed the number one team in the country on their home court. You've absolutely got the clout now to walk around with your chest out and go, yeah, we're a top 5 team in the country, and we might be there all year long. The Big 12's a gauntlet. The Big 12 basketball conference is insane.
How many Big 12 teams are in the top 10?
I'll pull it up here.
Because you have BYU, you have Houston, Iowa State. I know Kansas isn't up there, but I mean, the Big
Kansas
12
is 19.
legit. Texas Tech is in the top 25.
Texas Tech is 16. BYU is 10. Houston is 7. Iowa State is 4.
You have 3 teams in the top 10 alone.
Arizona is the number 1 team in the country.
Duh. I completely forgot about Arizona.
It's hard to look at Arizona and think Big 12, isn't it?
Oh, my God.
And where's Oklahoma? Oh, wait. Never mind. Yes, the Big 12 has the number 1, number 4, number 7, number 10, number 16, and number 19. So Kansas is like the 7th best team in the Big 12 this year, and they're ranked.
And they've been without their star freshman in Peterson. I mean, he just came back. So you expect, of course, Bill Self to have that team ready to go.
Iowa State did get a number 1 vote also. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw they got one number 1 vote.
Yep, number 4 in the AP with 1 vote in the for the top spot. We got plenty of time to do this, but as a Hawkeye fan, I'll be honest, I'm looking at Thursday and it feels like that Michigan State game. It feels like, okay, we're going up against one of the best teams in the country. We're still trying to figure some things out. I do think that Ben McCollum's a great coach, and I think that he's got a really good team, and they're moving in the right direction, and that they're going to be able to be competitive in the Big Ten. I saw what happens against Michigan State when you play one of the best teams in the country. There are levels to this, and Iowa State is at a completely different level than Iowa. Does the in-state rivalry thing mean anything to these guys?
I mean, maybe not personally, but McCollum's from Iowa City. He's going to be trying to tell these guys about what this means for the fans, how this is a different beast you're going up against. But no, you don't try to make that the whole selling point. I mean, McCollum is one of those coaches who is very much so, we got to focus on what we do. I mean, that's the style of play. His system is very much, it's a methodical, it's wear you down. It's not turning over the ball. Sure, they may not get as many shots up as other teams, but they're not going to turn it over. They're not going to give you extra possessions. They're going to make sure what they're doing is right. I think his system could cause challenges for Iowa State, but right now, yeah, Iowa State's on a different level. I like McCollum. I love Sturts. Yeah. Those are Drake guys. I love
It's
them.
A different level.
It is. It's going to be really, really difficult. I think the pace of play is going to be the key factor on Thursday, because Iowa State's a team that can get up and down the court pretty fast. Iowa, with Ben McCollum,
wants to slow it down.
Trying to slow it down. So if they have to get out and run, it's going to be really difficult for them.
No line on the game yet. I saw somebody in the comment section did ask if we knew what the line was. I don't see a line on that game yet. The ESPN matchup predictor, which I have no idea how they come up with that, metric at all.
I feel like it's just a high school student.
91.6.
The one for Drake against UAB last Friday, UAB was favored by was 50.3, and Drake was 49.7. And I'm like, what are we doing? Just say even.
I wonder how they come up with it. Because right now it's Iowa State 91.4. Iowa has an 8.6% chance of winning the basketball game on Thursday night, according to some made-up metric that none of us understand how it works. But those are types of things that, as fans, at least me, I shouldn't, but I do look at those things as like indications of, oh, okay, well, that probably means it's going to turn out the way that I'm thinking on here on Tuesday morning, what I think is going to happen Thursday night. A lot of experts also see this as a one-sided matchup. Okay.
I mean, again, I think McCollum has players to be competitive. And honestly, the last time Iowa State was a top 4 team and played Iowa was that 2015 game where Iowa, I mean, that team wasn't even ranked, wasn't even close to being ranked. At least this Iowa team is getting votes. I mean, I think they had 60 votes just outside of the top 25. They're in the coaching poll. I know that coaches poll. They're like 23. So this team is getting votes. That team in 2015, I don't believe was really getting votes this early in the year, and they kept up with an Iowa State team. It's just now we're seeing what Iowa State can do. They have all the momentum after that victory against Purdue, and also doesn't hurt that it's in Hilton.
Doesn't hurt
one bit.
Doesn't hurt when you're coming off of a dismantling like that, and now you're back at home. Iowa will have Iowa State, and then it's Western Michigan, and then it's the Bucknell game. We've been talking a lot about the Bucknell game. We did find out today, actually, that they are going to be releasing some more tickets for that, Justin. I want to try to get this information for you here so that I don't misstate it on you. But basically, we found out that they are going to be releasing some more seats. Man, I cannot find that information now, Justin. I'm so sorry. Give me 1 second here. Apologize.
Well, we'll make sure, too, to post it all over. Working. We'll make sure to put it all over Twitter, Facebook. We've been trying to do it every day. So if people want to try go out there, get some tickets. Because I know people look at it, and it's Bucknell. This is a great opportunity to see a team
chance to see
and
your
a
favorite
coach.
team.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you don't have to go to Iowa City. This is going to be a fun team to watch. A tournament team. People were asking me yesterday, do you see Iowa being a tournament team? Absolutely. And
hell yeah.
They could easily win a game too. Like, I don't think it's crazy to expect them to go on to the second round. Of course, that's all seeding and
it's
who
all,
you play.
Yeah, a lot to shake out there. But being a tournament team, Justin, when they hired McCollum, I think every Hawkeye fan was in agreement that the expectation was to at least be a bubble team and be in contention to be in the March tournament. And now, just like it happens with Iowa State football, just like what happens with any sports season, your expectations change as the season goes along. You've watched Iowa now beat up on some pretty good opponents. And like you said, ranked in the coaches poll, sitting at 26th, just outside of the top 25 in the AP. That's a team that makes the college football, or that makes March Madness. The college
Absolutely.
Football playoff. If they could make the college football playoff, that'd be a real good season.
McCollum's turning things around.
This is newsworthy. I'm with you. The expectation has changed, and now if they don't make even now, December 9th, I didn't think it would happen this quickly. I would even say right now, if this season plays out in a way that the Hawkeyes end up stubbing their toe enough in the Big Ten and end up outside of that bubble or not being, that'd be a huge disappointment.
Yeah.
Huge disappointment, because I do think that this is a tournament team, as silly as that is, 2 weeks into watching them beat up on non-con teams. And one Big Ten win, got blown out in the other one.
And again, though, that blowout didn't change anything for me because that Michigan State team is really, really good.
And the same thing will happen on Thursday. If Iowa State beats them by 25 or 30 points, I mean, it's easy to walk away from that and go, okay, we're just like Purdue. We lost just like Purdue lost.
It would take Iowa scoring like 35 points in total for me being like, oh,
that's a good point,
man.
Justin. There are ways that this game can look that would make all of us change our mind a little bit. And not on the, I mean, the only thing that could happen with the Iowa State side would be losing the game, I guess, in any form or fashion. That would make you kind of turn your nose up a little bit. But even Iowa State winning this game by 5 to 10 points,
then you chalk it up to
all those
rivalry.
other things that we already that you already kind of build in I mean, quite frankly, they could look at it as a trap game. They could look at it as, we just played the number one team in the country. We got to get ready for Big 12 play.
And then I know yesterday, like Trav talked about Bennett Sturts having a tough game against Michigan State, which he did. Like that wasn't his best. He still scored 14 points.
Did he have 14 against Michigan State? Dude, that was his worst game I've seen in a Hawkeye uniform or a Drake uniform. He just for the first time, several of those Hawkeye players just looked like they were out of their league against Michigan State. And I could see that happening against Iowa State again on Thursday night, because I just watched Iowa State take the best team in the country and dismantle them and look like they were out of their league. So there is a part of me that fears that happening. And I do think that Bennett did a great job of rebounding from that performance against Michigan State, which was looked out of sorts, looked like the game was a little bit too fast for him. First time I've ever seen Bennett Sturts act that way. First time I've ever seen Bennett Sturts in a game where he couldn't seem to control the momentum of the game. Kind of like what you're talking about, one of those keys with Iowa State, right?
Yeah.
That you've got Bennett Sturts has to play his rhythm of basketball. And when he's playing his rhythm, he's fantastic. It slows the game down. You've got great ball movement, great backdoor cuts, all these other things that are happening around him. When the defense is amped up and he's got to play at a different level, I think that's what we saw against Michigan State. Obviously, against Maryland, Hawkeyes looked great.
Go ahead. I just pulled up Bennett Sturts' game log. He had 14 against Michigan State. Yeah, he shot 4 of 10. Still had 4 assists, 4 turnovers. Like, it wasn't a pretty game. But the fact he had such a tough game, still puts up 14, I mean, that kind of just tells you the kind of player you have at Bennett Sturts. And someone commented, I wish I could scroll up and see who it was, but someone made a good point of saying this Iowa team is as good as Bennett Sturts. If Sturts has a slow day, it's what happens with Iowa on the court. If he gets hurt or anything, this team isn't making the tournament. There's a lot on Bennett's. Yeah, it's all fair.
That's those are all comments I'd have to agree with, every one of them.
Yep. But again,
that'll be Thursday night. We'll spend a lot of time previewing this. In fact, maybe Justin, because you're going to be with me tomorrow and Thursday, right?
Yep.
Right. Travis isn't back till Friday. So, maybe we reach out and I try to get like Jess Settles on with us or something to help preview this Iowa State matchup. And I keep saying this, we really should get like Hines, because we could talk to Hines about all sorts of this stuff, the Iowa State stuff that's happening behind the scenes, basketball and football, and kind of get a preview of that from a guy that's a little bit more of a round ball head, basketball junkie. This holiday, give the gift that sparkles and lasts a lifetime. The latest designs and the timeless favorites and something for everyone is all available over at Fiscus Jewelers. If you've already got a Fiscus diamond, they do a 100% trade-up program, so you can trade up and shine just a little brighter this year. They have custom dream pieces. You can get started today. Let's make this season magical together. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life. When we get back, get into a little bit of some of the other stuff. We have some recruiting news that's been happening. There's still this NASCAR lawsuit that's been blowing up. We can take your phone calls at 515-517-2303. Justin Miller and Ross Peterson here along with you on The Rush on therushradio.com.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
Bad gift giving. It happens to the best of us.
Thanks, I think.
But what if I told you there's a better way? Toss the silly socks and ditch the mediocre mugs, because the Iowa Lottery's gift that keeps on winning is here to save the holidays. Give your loved ones holiday scratch tickets with a chance to win instantly or unwrap your share of $1 million. Say no, no, no to boring presents with the Iowa Lottery this holiday season. Woohoo! Enter and see rules at ialottery.com/VIP.
Your house wasn't built for bats, birds, or raccoons, but try telling them that. At Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions, we've been helping Iowans take back their homes for over 20 years. We use cost-effective, eco-friendly methods to solve wildlife and pest problems the right way. Whether it's bats in your attic, birds in the vent, raccoons in your chimney, or moles in your yard, we have long-term solutions. Call Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions today at 515-218-3400, and let's make sure your home doesn't become their home.
There's more Iowa in the Iowa Tap Room than you may realize. Housed in a building nearly as old as Iowa itself, the Iowa Tap Room greets you with a harvest of 120 Iowa craft beers on tap from all corners of the state. And the food doesn't get much more Iowa than this. The Iowa Tap Room, all Iowa beer, one amazing place.
There's always something new at Fong's Pizza and an ever-changing menu of tiki drinks. Or try our new noodle dishes alongside your favorite slice. It's all happening at the new Fong's in the East Village.
Thinking about buying a home? Get pre-approved in 30 minutes with Gary Presnell at Northwest Bank in Des Moines. Gary offers first-time home buyers programs, VA, FHA, IFA, and conventional loans. Call Gary at 515-975-6767 or find his profile at nw.bank. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
You know, Brian, at Central City, we really do have the best selection around.
I know. High-quality stuff you can't find anywhere else.
Whistle Pig Plantation Rum.
Yeah, and over 150 of the best scotches on earth.
And a ton of bitters, mixers, and more.
You know what we are? High class.
Definitely high class, yeah. Make way for the natty.
Okay, maybe medium class.
Central City Liquor is home of the 10% cash coupon.
And the Wooden Nickel program.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with Unleaded 88.
This time of year, the roads we travel mean more than ever. They bring us closer to family, to friends, to moments that truly matter. At Willis Chevrolet, we're grateful for every journey you've taken with us. Thank you for trusting us to help you get there. Your loyalty, your stories, your smile, that's what drives us every day to do the best job possible. For the month of December, mention to your service advisor, Adam or Randall, that you've seen this ad, and you can get $20 off any service of your choice. Happy holidays from Willis Chevrolet. Here's to safe travels, warm memories, and the road ahead.
For the holidays, bring real taste to the table with Gold Peak Real Brewed Tea. Made with real tea leaves and real cane sugar, Gold Peak delivers a golden, brewed for taste flavor that makes every moment more meaningful. Whether you're gathering with family or friends, celebrate the moments that matter the most, because real connections deserve real refreshment. For your upcoming holiday celebrations, choose Gold Peak Tea and bring real taste to the table.
Like a rash you thought was gone. Travis and Ross aren't contagious, but they are addictive. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Hey, real quick, winter wildlife warning. Make sure to watch for footprints on your roof or in the snow. Tracks from raccoons, squirrels, or other critters can signal a problem early, and before it becomes an expensive mess, get a hold of Corey at Bats and Bugs. He got an exclusive Rush Radio discount as well. Tell Corey that you heard about him on the Rush. You'll get 10% off any pest or wildlife service. Great way to save before the winter pests settle in. So call Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions today. Protect your home, save some money, and keep those critters where they belong. And that's not in your home. It's in your ear with me and Justin. Critters. Oh, we are. Glad to have you along with us here as we fire up the 7 o'clock hour. And again, no Travis today. Travis is enjoying his time in Italy finally. I was kind of disappointed in him a little bit, Justin, yesterday. I mean, he's super happy, and it is awesome. Yeah. Even though yesterday he was fired up and ranting and raving for 2 hours. He seems so happy when he's with his family, man. It's such a cool thing. I was a little bit disappointed when we talked to him yesterday. And we're like, hey, what'd you do all weekend? And he literally said, nothing. He's like, nothing. We sat here at this mansion that we've rented. And I get that the family is together, and that's really cool.
I was gonna
like
say,
I said,
he finally has like the family under the same roof.
Yeah. I did get him kind of sad. Were you with us when I said, yeah, man, I hope you're enjoying it because this might be one of the last times.
No. Why would you say something like that?
It's just true. I'm just trying.
Yeah, but you don't say it while the guy's on vacation.
And I'm saying enjoy it. Don't wish it away. Enjoy it because it's going to go away.
See, you can just end it at enjoy it. Enjoy this moment.
But I just
Cherish
feel like
this
the point's
memory.
not. I feel like the point's not complete unless you drive it home a little bit. You know when you're driving a nail and you hit it that one extra time to make sure you leave the dent from the hammer, leave your mark. When I have a conversation with somebody, I want to leave my mark, Justin.
That I think that was kind of sick of you, and not sick
Trying
like
to help him
in a cool
enjoy
way.
it more. I'm trying to help him enjoy it more. This is the stop and smell the roses moment for him. I think now three of the people are sick, and so he had to be drug along on a wine tour. Oh, I can't wait till we talk to him. We have to hear about how miserable this was. Because some miserable experience happened to him while he was out trying to enjoy a wine tasting in Italy with his wife and two of his daughters. Or three.
I always love it when Trav will go to tell a story. Like, you're right. He will have something for the wine tour. Yeah. He's like, can I complain for a second? We could say no. We could say, oh, we don't have time.
Matter.
We're hearing the story.
You're gonna get the complaint. Yeah, that's Trav. That's why we love him. That's why we love him so much. All right, Justin. Anything specific you wanted to get to? Because we got some nonsense stuff. There's a couple of NFL notes.
It's your world. I'm just living in it.
Did you watch Monday Night Football? I didn't watch Monday Night Football at all last night.
Just a little bit. Yep. Just a little bit. I mean, it's been weird this season. For the NFL, it feels so balanced. Last night's a great example. You have the defending Super Bowl champs going on the road against a Charger team that has been up and down all year. And
look at this. Unbelievable timing. Unbelievable timing.
And I'll hold this thought.
Hold your thought on the NFL. We'll get to it in just a moment. Travis is joining us live from a wine tour in Italy. No, he's trying to find the right spot here. I guarantee you that's what he's doing. He's not.
I can't hear a word you're saying.
Oh, no.
Hold on. Let me get better Wi-Fi.
Let me get better Wi-Fi.
Are you there?
This couldn't have been better timing. This is so great. We were just talking about it.
Crazy.
We're going to get something. I guarantee it. Guaranteed we're going to get some good story here. Trav, are you there? You froze up on us, buddy. I'm sorry. Well, that's a photo of him. I mean, that's a still shot right there. That's the guy we love so much.
Yeah,
right there.
That should be his new profile pic.
I'll remove him until we see him moving around a little bit.
That was crazy, though. It made me think he's listening to the show, but he's not.
But Mary and Owen were both sick. Is it possible that he jumped in, that Owen sent him a message and said, hey, Ross, that could be. There, look at this. That's the image we needed right there.
There's the profile pic.
That's the guy. How's your trip, buddy?
Well, I'm kind of drunk right now. No, I'm really drunk because my son had the shits this morning. My future daughter-in-law had the shits this morning, and my daughter had the shits this morning. So I'm like, I just paid for a huge wine tour throughout Tuscany, and those guys bailed out on me. And I'm like, suck it up. Just pucker your butt cheeks and go on this tour. And they're like, Dad, we can't go. They got street beef tartare last night. You never get beef tartare on the street. I don't know why they did that.
Did you tell them that? You're the expert.
Well, no, they didn't run anything by me, right? And so all of a sudden, I get a text at like 3 a.m. Do you have any more toilet paper? And I'm like, I don't have any more toilet paper. I'm out of toilet paper. So I had to get up this morning and go wait at the supermarket to buy a case of Charmin because they've been shitting themselves so much. And I paid for this tour. I'm going to go on it. And I felt bad because I'm like, I'm supposed to do the radio show. I got to be on the show. And Angela's like,
You paid for this. I'm like, good point. So I'm pretty drunk right now.
Man, if the people at the Holiday Inn thought you were being a prick, imagine how the people in this wine tour are going to feel about you when you're sorry. That is awesome, dude. That is so cool. By the way, Justin, do you know what beef tartare is?
No. What
Google
is
it
it?
real quick. Google it. I want you to Google it. I want to see your face when you see what beef tartare is and that they ate this from a street vendor in Italy. Okay? Beef tartare. Look it up. What do you see? Yep, that's the face I was looking for. What do you see, Justin?
A chunk of raw meat. Honestly, this photo that I'm seeing, it doesn't have like the egg and the garnish. It just is a chunk of raw. It looks like cat food out of a can.
Yes, it's raw. It's raw ground beef.
It's really good.
It is when it's done right. When it's done right, it can be really good. But it's got to have all the bacteria removed, and there's a lot of things that have to go into it. That's brave. Beef tartare from a street vendor, dude. You might as well jump out of an airplane.
I'm kind of with you on that. Without a parachute, right? I mean, it's like, what are you doing? I mean, what are you doing? You guys never asked me for advice. I go, I've been here a lot. I can give you some advice, and don't buy beef tartare off at street vendor. But what are you going to do? So that's Felipe, by the way. Felipe's.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Of course, that's Felipe. Did you get a chance, Travis? The press conference yesterday for Matt Campbell and Jimmy Rodgers worked out exactly what the way we were expecting. The Jimmy Rodgers.
Well, you know where Matt Campbell won the press conference at? Do you know where he won it at?
Where?
He mentioned Joe Paterno. In coaches previous, they have not mentioned Joe Paterno, and there's a something about that actually brings him and maybe unifies that group, because there's still a group of people at Happy Valley, including Jay Paterno, who's his son, who, you've kind of like disowned your father. He didn't do it like, hey, I'm going to carry on. It's just how tough Joe Paterno's teams played. That's all he needed to do. He mentioned Joe Pa really and moved on, and that was the smartest thing he ever did.
That's really, Travis, I didn't even notice that, honestly. I didn't get a chance to watch all of Campbell's press conference. I just saw the stuff, like the highlights that would end up in my X feed. And so I didn't even hear that reference to Paterno. You're right. That's smart play by Coach.
It could be a little divisive, but at the end of the day, you're not praising him. All you're saying is how tough Joe Paterno's teams played, and you recognize the former head coach who used to have a statue out in front of Beaver Stadium in front of him, and that's all he had to do. And I thought it was a brilliant move. I had somebody, I commented today, somebody called Matt Campbell's crocodile tears. I'm like, you can be emotional and still move on. They're like, oh, you're crocodile tears, but you're getting paid a lot of money. I think he absolutely loved his 10 years at Ames. I don't discount any of that. You can be emotional, but understand sometimes you got to move on. I mean, that is life. That's business. I get it 100%. I think his family will miss Ames.
Very consistent with how emotional of a guy he's been. I mean, like I was telling Justin, remember him on those senior days, dude, standing at the 50-yard, bawling as each one of those players. Like, you don't fake that. You can fake getting choked up in a press conference and, holding back. So when you're standing at the 50-yard line, wiping away tears, that's real raw emotion there. And I completely agree. I didn't see those as crocodile tears at all. I saw him as missing his time in Ames already. He raised his family there. There is a connection.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, moving is hard for people. It doesn't mean it's not emotional. Sometimes it's the right thing to do. And everybody's like, well, you just left for the money. I don't think he just left for the money. I think when you call it one of the premier blue bloods, which he's not wrong, but when you look at the NIL money that he has to spend, it's completely different. It's a completely different realm of what you've been dealing with the last 10 years. And he made the most of what he had at Iowa State. And I wish him luck at Penn State, Yeah. Jimmy Marshall, on the other hand, or Jimmy, am I getting that right? What did I say? Jimmy Rodgers? Yeah, sorry, I got the name wrong. I'm a little drunk. Just a tiny bit. There's Felipe, by the way. Tiny bit hammered. Just a tiny bit hammered. Yeah, I forget what I was going to say. Sorry.
Trav, did you see after the Jimmy Rodgers press conference, they talked with Jamie Pollard kind of towards the side, and he broke down the funding of NIL through each program. So like he said 13 million going to football and broke it all down. Did you see that?
I saw it. I didn't watch it. So I saw it was up there. I'm like, I need to watch this. I never watched it. 13 million is not enough for football, by the way. It's not.
I mean,
it's not.
And he acknowledges that. He says, I give $1 million to wrestling, but I give it to Kevin Dresser. I have no idea who that money goes to. What did he say he gives to TJ? Is it
$5 million goes
$5 million to TJ
men's basketball, and
he says,
$750,000 goes to women's.
He said TJ could give all $5 million to one player. I know he's too smart to do that, but that's how this works as far as the athletic department hands it over to the coach.
Do you know why he answered it that way? Did you see the post on Cyclone Fanatic the other day? It was on a message board where it was one of the founders said that, these guys are leaving because Jamie is all into the weeds and dictated for every cent. So Jamie is either he's telling the truth or he's covering his ass one way or the other. At the end of the day, if he's going to come out and say, yeah, I allocate where the money goes, meaning I can determine if 13 million goes to football, 5 million goes to basketball, $1 million goes to wrestling, but you spend it as you wish. That makes more sense, right? I mean, to me, you shouldn't tell a coach, well, here's who you can spend money on. But as an athletic director, if you only have $20.5 million, you're going to say, well, unfortunately, it's not fair, but I'm going to allocate this for this. And that's called budgeting. We all have to budget in some way, right? Yeah.
Have to do it. Right. And I don't, those numbers to me don't seem out of, I'm with you, Trav, 13 million in 2025 and 2026, that's not going to be enough to be able to compete at the Big 12 level.
Yeah.
And you've got BYU and some other big heavy hitters swinging around there in the Big 12. I agree. I don't have any, with that percentage breakdown though, of 5 million going to basketball, $1 million for wrestling, and nearly $1 million for women's basketball. That seemed, when I heard that, I thought, that feels like that's what that should be.
Yeah, I mean, this is gonna piss a lot of people off. I love wrestling. You don't make money. You don't make money. To me, if you make money, you get money. If you don't make money, you're on your own. That's just me. I don't want to make Kevin Dresser mad. I don't want to make any, but at the end of the day, if your program makes money, you therefore get money.
Did you guys see it? And I heard this from someone, and I don't know if it's true because I haven't gone online and seen if there's any articles. But so Iowa State played at that Players Era tournament, where they played St. John's Creighton.
Yeah.
That money that Iowa State gets from that, not all of it goes to men's basketball. It goes to the Jamie Pollard department. Will split it among football, basketball, wrestling. I mean, I don't know if that's true. And also, I don't know if that's right, if it is true, because it's like, man, if I'm TJ, I'm getting pissed. Like, my guys did all the work. We won.
Yeah, but
games.
at the end of the day, not every school's built the same, right? Not every school is Ohio State. I'm going to let something out of the bag here. Remember we interviewed McKenna Velichko, right?
Yeah.
I asked her dad, I go, did it come down to money why she picked Iowa? He goes, no, it didn't. And I shouldn't say this, but I'm going to. He just said, Ohio State came in and said, whatever everybody else is offering you, Iowa, South Carolina, they'll double it. They'll double it. And she said, no, that's great. It's not about the money. You got to respect that. But that just shows you how much money is out there flowing around, right? So I don't know where I was going with that. But at the end of the day, Justin, I know what you're saying, but sometimes when you're a school like Iowa State and you need to allocate resources across everywhere, you're taking every bit of money you can and going, hey, it's for the collective whole, not the collective one, if that makes sense.
Throwing it into the pot.
Yeah.
I agree with that, Travis.
I mean, we just talked about how 13 million isn't going to cut it for a football program, so you're going to need all the help you can get.
Is it special wine, Travis, or is it like the reds that we're used to? Is it like Merlot, Or is it like in Portugal, you go to Porto and you can get port wine. It's a very specific wine for that region. Do you have is it a specific wine? Oh, look at that.
Well, it's okay. So here's what we had today. So we're at Criceto di Castellina. I actually stayed on this estate when I was here in 2011. Spent a week here, actually. This is the Laura, which is named after Laura, who is the mother here, who has kind of started this agriturismo. This is a Chianti Classico 2023, runs about €21 a bottle. Their best one to me is the Say. The Say is a Chianti Classico Gran Selezione. It's a 2021. This runs you about €50 a bottle. Okay, this is the Padaliro, and this is a Merlot. All grown on site. This is a 2021. This will run you about €40 a bottle. But if you were just normally shopping, you would probably go with the Say if you really wanted something fancy. If you wanted something you could drink every day with some cheese and some meats, you would go with the Laura. Okay. So, but all the grapes are here. And here, let me see if I can show you this. I don't want to lose Wi-Fi, but I don't know if you guys can see the vineyards out there.
Oh yeah, we can. Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's the vineyards. So, and there's my dog.
Hey guys.
And these are our friends we met from Nashville. Again, I'm really hammered right now.
Nashville friends. How are you?
Nashville friends. They're on a Viking cruise. They've got a lot of money if you're on a Viking cruise. I'm just saying that. If you're on a Viking cruise, and he just said we had a lot of money. And this is Felipe. Did I mention Felipe?
Hey, Felipe.
Hello.
Only about 8 times.
Yeah. He's the man. He's an architect. His mother owns this place, Laura. His brother actually runs it. He's an architect. Moved back from France because the French suck. But that's just me saying that.
I hear that a lot from a lot of people, dude. My buddy TJ, I had dinner with him the other day, and he was like, "Dude, if I never go to France again, I'd be okay with it. They're just rude assholes."
Yeah. It is what it is. So, here, let me go down here. I wish I could have showed you the food. We had the food. And I'm sorry for hijacking your show. I'm sorry.
This is awesome. You guys need a wine sponsor.
There's the fam.
Enjoy it, Trav. It may be time.
Oh, hold on. I got it. What did he just say?
Justin's just a jerk. He's saying,
I was on your side.
I
don't know what that is, but it looks good.
Yeah. It's an apple strudel with
there's ice cream in there.
With ice cream?
Yeah.
Just saying.
I knew what that was right away.
Yeah.
I saw that. I could taste it a little bit. Taste it in the back of my mouth a little bit.
I wish I could introduce you to our tour guide because she's super awesome. And again, I apologize for hijacking your show.
It was awesome.
You're drunk, and this is what we do. It's awesome.
I'm really drunk.
Travis, right before you came on, I started the top of the 7 o'clock hour, and I said something like, hey, unfortunately, we don't have Trav with us. He's on some wine tour today, but luckily, when he gets back, he'll probably tell us about some horrible, catastrophic thing that happened to him while he was on the.
This is my girlfriend, Anna. If I wasn't married, we'd be sleeping together. Just to let you know.
Sounds like that's news to her.
No, this is live.
This is live, so which is even worse. But I would say, you can record. They can record. You are the witness now. You say that.
If you ever come to Italy, Cool Tours is where you want to do your Chianti wine tours. She also goes to Montepulciano, Montalcino, goes all over. But if you need a private wine tour, Anna's the one you want to go with. There's no better wine tour than you'll get with Anna. I'm just telling you that right now. Cooltours.it. Cooltours.it is where you want to go. And I'm not even getting paid for this. Can you believe that shit? I'm not even getting paid for this.
Down the road, you will. You'll
Now, just to let you know, if you go on a tour with Anna, she's going to talk your fucking ear off. That's all I'm going to tell you. She's going to talk a lot. A lot.
As long as it's with that Italian accent, I'm okay with it.
Right. Oh, sure. The Italian accent and moving my hands. So I'm driving, I'm talking, I'm moving my hands, and I sound, Italian.
So real quick, in Italian, really quick, tell Ross and Justin how good looking they are.
In Italian?
Yeah, in Italian.
Yeah, so that we can't understand it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ragazzi, siete troppo fighi, bellissimi.
There you go.
Yeah. I'm not sure what she said, but I liked it.
She said, Ross, you're hot.
Oh, did she really?
Yeah, she said, Ross is the man.
Oh, well, bring her back on.
Yeah, what'd she say about me?
She said Justin is a beanpole with a small penis. That's what she said. I can't believe she said that.
It'll get me there. My sweatpants don't stand a chance.
It'll still do it for me.
It works.
The fact that she's trying to do it for me is going to do it for me. I love it.
All right, boys.
Hey,
I'll see you
so
tomorrow
much.
at some point.
Bye, Will. Bye, Abigail.
See
Good
ya.
to see you guys. Enjoy your trip. See you, bud. Love you so much.
See you, brother.
Why would Anna say such a thing?
How'd she know?
How'd she know?
Travis tell her? That was weird.
How does Travis know?
That was weird.
It still got me there.
He
That was
does
all.
seem happy. Nothing catastrophic. Didn't hear of anything horrible happening there. I mean,
Yet.
except for the kids getting sick. And
Yeah,
you got 3 kids that have explosive diarrhea from eating raw hamburger on the side of the road.
Dude, like, yeah, I'll try it if Travis told me, like, hey, you should try it from this place. He's been there 1,000 times. But no, off the street corner, it looks
I had
like
beef
cat
tartare
food.
one time in my life. It was at my grandparents' 50th wedding anniversary up in Wisconsin. And I remember it being a thing, Justin, of like other people were gathering around to watch the people from Iowa eat the beef tartare. I remember that. I distinctly remember it being like, hey, they're going to try the beef tartare. And I was like, what? I'm being aware of that. Like, well, why is this a thing where people are going to watch us eat it? This is odd. Because it's raw freaking hamburger.
With a raw egg.
Sometimes it's served that way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But that's
What-
brave.
was it good?
Like I don't remember it being good, but I was a kid, so I probably didn't have the palate for it. I mean, it is like a delicacy. It's something that you, when prepared the right way, people really, really, really enjoy it.
Like, I would try it.
Damn, on a street corner?
Not on a street corner.
In Italy? I wouldn't do it anywhere. Well, Italy doesn't matter. In fact, I'd probably be more likely to do it in a place like Italy. But
Oh, like if Travis, who's been there every year for the last like 50 years, if he walks by and is like, hey, you should go to this place and we're going to
get that thing. Yeah.
Yep.
Because he also has had like the best meals of his life. He's had the best prosciutto sandwich ever. Even Brooks has been there with him and said, this is one of the best sandwiches I've ever had. Those are the places I would go to. If I were someplace and the guy that I knew had been there said, hey, don't go there.
Well, according to Trav, they didn't even ask. They're like, oh, beef tartare on the street. Ballsy
move. Ballsy move. All right, we were going to talk NFL a little bit there because we had a Monday Night Football game. I did want to ask Travis about one thing because earlier this year, in fact, it was when I was up in Canada fishing. I remember we were watching a Michigan game, and the Michigan quarterback got hit, and it was the way he went down. He kind of like tumbled and landed on his on like his neck. And he somersaulted right through it and was back up on his feet and back into the huddle. And I remember thinking at that time, like, man, what would happen to my body if I were hit like that? I'm 47 now. I'd be dead. I would be dead on the field if I got hit by one of these guys.
I mean, I'm 25, and there's so many times I'm watching games with Megan or family members, and there'll be a hit, and it won't even be an extreme hit. And I'm like, yep, I'm dead right there.
I'm dead.
I'm dead.
I'm a dead guy on the
Gone.
field right there. Did you hear who's going to be working out for the Colts?
Dude, I saw this, and I'm like, this is priceless. This guy just won't ever be fully done. He will always come back. He's going to be 80 and come back.
44-year-old Phillip Rivers is working out with the Colts. 44.
Dad
in
of
the NFL.
44.
What's that?
Dad of 44 because he has like 1,000 kids.
He has 44 children as well, right? He does have a slew of children, doesn't he?
It's like 13. I saw a thing where it was like Philip Rivers couldn't pull out of a parking space.
That was fascinating this morning. I saw that of Philip Rivers, 44 years old, going to be working out with the Colts. I'm like, oh, good on you, man, because I couldn't do it. God knows that.
You look up Philip Rivers. What do you think the first thing is that pops up?
That he has 17 children?
Yeah, it's not his career stats with the Chargers, going to AFC championships, the huge news of him trying out with the Colts. No, you type in Philip Rivers, first thing, kids. He has 10 kids.
He has 10? Okay. That's a good number.
For
good
me.
For him. He can afford it. He can afford it.
He
I
can.
know that. When we get back, we will wrap up what's been a fun Tuesday morning here on The Rush, therushladio.com.
For the holidays, bring real taste to the table with Gold Peak Real Brewed Tea. Made with real tea leaves and real cane sugar, Gold Peak delivers a golden, brewed for taste flavor that makes every moment more meaningful. Whether you're gathering with family or friends, celebrate the moments that matter the most because real connections deserve real refreshment. For your upcoming holiday celebrations, choose Gold Peak Tea and bring real taste to the table.
Bad gift giving. It happens to the best of us.
Thanks, I think.
But what if I told you there's a better way? Toss the silly socks and ditch the mediocre mugs because the Iowa Lottery's gift that keeps on winning is here to save the holidays. Give your loved ones holiday scratch tickets with the chance to win instantly or unwrap your share of $1 million. Say no, no, no to boring presents with the Iowa Lottery this holiday season. Woohoo! Enter and see rules at ialottery.com/VIP.
Wasn't built for bats, birds, or raccoons, but try telling them that. At Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions, we've been helping Iowans take back their homes for over 20 years. We use cost-effective, eco-friendly methods to solve wildlife and pest problems the right way. Whether it's bats in your attic, birds in the vents, raccoons in your chimney, or moles in your yard, we have long-term solutions. Call Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions today at 515-218-3400, and let's make sure your home doesn't become their home.
Hey everybody, Mason Miller, sales manager out here at Willis Infinity, and I'm excited to announce with the holidays here, so are some exciting deals. Right now, this month, get a brand new 2026 QX60 for as low as 1.9% out to 60 months, or utilize the $5,000 in retail cash that they're offering. On top of that, this month, we're also doing 2.9 for 60 on the brand new 2026 QX80 and $7,000 in retail cash. For more information, stop by our showroom or visit us online at willisinfinity.com.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Pump it up with Unleaded 88.
Hey, it's Noel from Fiscus Jewelers. This holiday season, give the gift of sparkle that lasts a lifetime. From our latest designs to timeless favorites, there's something for everyone on your list. Already have a Fiscus diamond? Bring it in and trade up with our 100% trade up program. It's the perfect way to shine a little brighter this year. And if you're dreaming up something custom, get your design started by December 1st for Christmas delivery. Let's make this season magical together. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
The largest selection of German beer in the world? You'll find it at the Hessen House. From Doppelbock to Oktoberfest to Hefeweizens and Dunkels, there's no passport needed for the deliciously different beer and food at the Hessen House. So grab your friends and make it a fun night out. The Hessen House, 4th and Court, Des Moines.
You know, Brian, at Central City, we really do have the best selection around.
I know, high quality stuff you can't find anywhere else.
Whistle Pig Plantation Rum.
Yeah, and over 150 of the best scotches on earth.
And a ton of bitters, mixers, and more.
You know what we are? High class.
Definitely high class, yeah. Make way for the natty.
Okay, maybe medium class.
Central City Liquors, home of the 10% cash coupon.
And the wooden nickel program.
Hi, it's Marion with Willis. It's going to be that time of year where everyone's driving to see their families for the holidays, and in order to see your family, you have to see the road. And you can't see the road with old wiper blades. And right now, for the month of December, we're offering $10 off a set of wiper blades with the purchase of an oil change. Give us a call or schedule online at LandRoverDesMoines.com.
Back like a rash you thought was gone. Travis and Ross aren't contagious, but they are addictive. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Don't forget, as we're racing towards the holidays, that gift that keeps on winning promotion. Say no, no, no to basic gift giving. Give the gift that keeps on winning this holiday. Scratch and Instaplay tickets from the Iowa Lottery. New holiday scratch tickets for the season are Holiday Gold, Holiday Bright, Marion Bright, Holiday 10X, Merry Money, Peppermint Crossword, and Chillin' with the Nomies. And don't forget your Instaplay tickets, Elf and Reindeer Riches. Holiday tickets can make great stocking stuffers. You can win instant prizes ranging from $500 to $250,000. Just check out ialottery.com/VIP for all the details and all the fun promotions happening inside of the Iowa Lottery. Wrapping up what's been a fun Tuesday so far, Justin Miller is with us here on the rushradio.com.
Do you feel like that conversation with Trav almost feels like a fever dream?
A little bit. A little bit. That's Felipe, by the way. There's Felipe.
Dude, he was drunk.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
There's Felipe. Did I tell you about Felipe? Only 8 times.
Even Kluver wrote to me and he goes, Travis describing wine is peak content.
Dude, you guys need a sponsor. A wine sponsor
at 7 a.m? That's dangerous. That's dangerous.
If you're lame.
I guess we got Knob Creek. Have you that Knob Creek, by the way?
I haven't been yet.
You haven't been to Central City Liquors, or you haven't been to you haven't had the Knob Creek?
I haven't had the Knob Creek.
I'll get you some because, dude, it is fantastic.
Okay.
Fantastic. Yeah, big fan.
Yeah,
talked a little bit.
Yeah, people are saying you have Central City at 8 a.m.
Yeah, we do.
7
That's a
a.m.
great point. I mean, we're
Get
throwing down.
Get a wine sponsor for Trav. That dude going through and he's like, the Laura.
I should have told him about Prince Andrew. I wonder if Travis
that was
is aware
weird.
of this. This is a weird thing. I got a lot of weird stuff for this last half hour. You good with that? We'll just do the weird stuff.
Yeah, because we've been so on topic.
Well, I feel like, listen, we did talk about Iowa State basketball. We did talk a little bit of Hawkeye hoops. We went back through the press conferences from yesterday.
I'm just still amazed at what we just had with Trav. It was awesome. It was the best.
I saw an article this morning that because of the connection with Epstein, St. Andrews is changing their course name. Now, I don't want the headline to throw people off like it did me, because Prince Andrew is involved with is connected with Jeffrey Epstein. Okay, and so the headline is, let me make sure I get this right, because I want to get this entire story, so I don't want to mislead people. So the headline is, rebrand for golf course named after former Prince Andrew. And here's the article from the BBC.com. The St. Andrews Golf Course named after the former Prince Andrew is to be rebranded. What? St. Andrews Golf Course is named after Prince Andrew?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
No, not really.
Oh.
Everybody slow down. One of the many golf courses on the under the St. Andrews umbrella is called the Duke. That was named after Prince Andrew. Once they discovered that Prince Andrew was a dirtball lowlife, they've now decided they're going to change the name of that one course. So St. Andrews will still be considered St. Andrews.
You turned away too fast. This might be the comment of the day.
You have to share it for me, because again, I got the media stuff.
St. Andrews is now just Andrew.
That's a good one, Tank. I like that. No, they have a course that was called the Duke, It's 3 miles from the center of Fife University town. It will become the Craigton course. So anyway, Jeffrey Epstein getting his the ripple effects of Jeffrey Epstein making its way into the golf world now. Completely threw off by that headline though, because I was really
yeah.
What?
We both were. You told me to check it out, so I started, Googling, and I was the same way. I'm like, wait, I didn't know St. Andrews was named after Prince Andrew.
That guy.
Isn't that course like 1,000 years old?
Yes, it is.
I know the dude's like 800, but still.
He's pretty old too. Yeah. Yeah, he's pretty old. Course is pretty old. It turns out one of the 9 courses that they run was called the Duke, and now it's going to be the Craigton.
A downgrade in a name, if you ask me, to be honest. You can come up with something cooler.
Yeah.
The Craigton, yeah.
Travis told us yesterday about Jeff Kent making it into the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame. And obviously a Giants teammate for many years with Barry Bonds, who still sits on the outside of the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame, which most of us consider that to be enough reason to ignore the Baseball Hall of Fame. You've got Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens, 2 of the greatest of all time, that are nowhere to be seen in Cooperstown, and now you've got Jeff Kent there. I did not know, and I told Travis yesterday, I've been completely out of the loop in the baseball stuff. I also intentionally try to stay as far away from the political loop as I can, but every now and again that stuff makes its way into my world, and it did this morning as well. I did not know that Donald Trump tried to get involved in the Baseball Hall of Fame elections. Did you know this at all, Justin?
No, not until this morning. Not until you told me. I'm the same as you. My news is ESPN, and then I'm kind of good.
Apparently, the president posted a lengthy statement on Truth Social on Saturday night in a bid to rally votes for Roger Clemens. The headline from the Daily Mail is Trump fails in bid to get accused steroids cheat Roger Clemens into Baseball Hall of Fame as fans fume over results. It says Donald Trump had a last-ditch effort to get accused steroids cheat Roger Clemens into the Baseball Hall of Fame, and it has failed. The president posted a lengthy statement on Truth Social on Saturday night in a bid to rally votes for Clemens, who's considered one of the greatest players to take the mound following his glittering 24-season career in the majors. Trump's unwavering support for Clemens comes despite the 63-year-old being named in the 2007 Mitchell Report on steroids. So good news is president's on it.
I mean, okay, not to get political, but to get political. If you support Trump, if you don't support Trump, I think we can all agree. I don't think I've ever seen a president get in the White House and do what all of us at the lunch table had mentioned of if I was president,
I'd make sure Roger Clemens in the Hall of Fame.
I'm going to make sure, yeah. I'm going to make sure Sunday or the Monday after Super Bowl is a national holiday.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Sir, you realize there's tension overseas, right? No. Give me that link for the
You think
MLB.
that's tension? Watch this. Hold my beer.
Barry Bonds into the Hall of Fame.
It says, to make matters worse, Clemens and Bonds received less than 5 votes and now won't be eligible again until 2031. So that's the good news is for the next 5 or 6 years, we won't have to, not like we've been inundated with Bonds and Clemens stuff every year for the Hall of Fame, but that'll go away now for a couple of years. Carlos Delgado, Don Mattingly, Dale Murphy all missed out. Gary Sheffield and Fernando Valenzuela also failed to get more than 5 votes. Delgado, Mattingly, and Dale Murphy did get above the 5 threshold, so they'll stay on the ballot. Dale Murphy should be a Hall of Famer.
Dude, why does baseball make everything kind of confusing when it doesn't need to be? You were going through that. I'm like, wait, you have to stay. If you're good and you didn't get in that year, let's try next year.
There's a threshold to see if you
baseball.
can even be on the ballot, dude. And then they put guys on the ballot that have no chance of ever being in the Hall of Fame. And then those guys take up time and maybe snag a vote here and there. It's wild. And then the Baseball Writers Association has. This is why people have lost interest and love in the Baseball Hall of Fame. This is why. It has nothing to do with Donald Trump. It's got everything to do with just there's too many barriers. There's too many weird little things. You get more than 5 votes, you get to stay on the ballot.
I didn't even know that was a rule. And again, though, like I was telling you at the start of the show,
Valenzuela's not in the Hall of Fame? I mean, again, career stats, right? He didn't do it for long enough. Never mind the fact that he was the most famous baseball player on the planet for about 4 or 5 years in the early 80s. The fact that he kind of helped put the Dodgers back on the map in those early 80s, that he brought an internet. He's kind of a Yao Ming type of character in Major League Baseball. He brought south of the border to L.A., put it in everybody's face. Fernando Valenzuela's not in the Hall of Fame?
See, like, I think Basketball Hall of Fame does it right. Sure, people can argue that it's the easiest Hall of Fame to get into. I don't care. But, like, yeah, Yao Ming, I believe, is in the Basketball Hall of Fame. And he should be. Like, that dude was a beast.
He was famous. He was the most famous player, or one of the most famous players for a period of time.
And then
what the Hall of Fame should really be more about that than...
It's the Hall of Fame.
Right, Hall of Famous.
And baseball has to make it so confusing. It sucks.
We have talked a lot about bowl games, and we'll get into that for a little bit now, too, because that's the end of the baseball news, unfortunately. So baseball.
Oh, in December? Okay.
December 9th. That's the end of it. The Hall of Fame and Donald Trump. A lot of us complain that there are too many bowl games, but I want to make a quick argument that maybe there's just not enough. And maybe we're actually, without noticing it, maybe we're in the golden age of bowl sponsorships. I mean, when the Pop-Tart Bowl is one of the most sought-after bowls, maybe we should all just take a second and step back and realize what a unique time this indeed is, right?
Yeah.
Justin,
Okay.
I do not
I'm
remember
following
this.
you.
I do not remember this from last year. Did you know that Fresno State and Miami of Ohio are going to battle each other in a bowl game coming up here?
No.
I did not know that this thing existed. December 27th in Tucson, kickoff is set for 1:30 p.m. local time for the Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl. I'm glad that you're having that reaction because that means you were not aware of this either. Snoop Dogg, for the second year, is hosting a bowl game.
How did we forget this?
Gin and Juice. It is Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre. Gin and Juice is sponsoring the Fresno State Bulldogs and the Miami of Ohio Redhawks. But the Dogs are headed to Snoop Dogg's bowl game. So while we all bitch and complain that there are way too many bowl games and that these games are exhibitions and worthless, and all of that's true, can we just pause for a second?
Wasn't there a Jimmy Kimmel Bowl, too?
Oh, there was.
Yep. Someone just mentioned in the chat, too. Kimmel sponsored one for a year or two. What the hell? How do we get the rush?
I forgot. I really did. If I'd ever heard that Snoop Dogg sponsored a bowl, that just sounds funny. If I'd ever heard that Snoop Dogg had sponsored a bowl game, I had forgot about it. And that was a fun thing this morning when I pulled up. I was like, oh, yeah, by the way, you got Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre in the Gin and Juice Bowl.
I completely forgot about that. I'm just seeing if there's any great other ones we're forgetting.
Did you see the I also saw a story this morning on MSN.com going back to our playoff selection show when Notre Dame gets bumped by Miami. And again, there was so many funny things on Sunday with that. For a couple of years now, when I was back with Williams, he was the first one that used to talk about this. The entire college football playoff poll is a show. It's a show, and they're setting you up. Every year they've done this. They set you up for some sort of drama or some sort of controversy or some sort of maneuvering that you didn't anticipate happening. Obviously, this year it was keeping Notre Dame a couple spots ahead of Miami, and then in the last minute, whoops, we decided Miami, they had that head-to-head thing that happened early in the season. We forgot about it. Forgot about it till selection.
That was in
show.
August, guys. It's December. Cut us some slack.
Come on. We forgot all about it. Didn't even look back. Oh, they played? So the Notre Dame athletic director, Pete Bavacqua, has been pretty outspoken, obviously, and he's come out and said that he's disappointed in how the playoff committee did this, that they continued to show Notre Dame ahead of Miami, and wants to get rid of the polls altogether. Now, you're not going to do that, and like it's there for us fans. It's there for us to have as banter and fodder and all that other stuff. But that should be all we as fans look at it as. Mm-hmm. It has no merit. There's no finality to it. It is just for us to have a fun little talking point. Did you know this? So I'm going to read to you from MSN.com. Good news for Irish fans is that the school is guaranteed not to have a repeat situation during next year's college football playoff selection show, should they be ranked in a similar spot. In an interesting wrinkle, as part of a memorandum of understanding signed by the college football playoff officials last spring, Notre Dame is assured of making the playoff if it's ranked in the top 12 starting next year.
Weak. So dumb.
Got themselves a guarantee. Justin, they do have to be in the top 12, and that probably means being a 1 or 2 loss team every year.
So it means they can lose the 2 lone tough
games. 2 big
games
that they have.
They can lose the 2 tough ones, and then, oh my God, yeah, they won 10 games in a row against who? Oh, well, they played Purdue. Yeah. I think it's weak. But again, they could be expanding this playoff to 16 teams in a year or two, and
probably
should.
And I think the more of these bowl games that are opted out of, the more that we all kind of recognize how worthless they are. I mean, I think that it just helps push that narrative even further down the road. World Cup 2026 is preparing for competition. There's a lot of stuff happening. You've got a lot of big games happening, and there are plans to celebrate LGBTQ Pride Month at a FIFA World Cup match. Seattle's local organizing committee for the World Cup 2026 has been preparing to stage a historic Pride match at Lumen Field on June 26th, the Friday of Pride weekend. The themed fixture could be the first of its kind in a FIFA World Cup. The anniversary of the Stonewall riots is on June 28th. So Friday's tournament draw allocated the slot in the city's schedule to one of 2 Group G games. It could be New Zealand versus Belgium, or it could be Egypt versus Iran. Now, why is that important on this story? Because both Egypt and Iran criminalize gay relationships. In Iran, capital punishment is still the maximum penalty under the law. So Seattle, planning an LGBTQ Pride game, found out yesterday that the 2 teams that are playing might be Egypt and Iran, 2 countries where it's illegal to be gay. So we'll just chalk that up on the ironic side of things.
If those are the 2 teams playing,
dude, the irony of that is it should just drip.
That's an SNL skit. That's a weekend update joke.
It is. That's a good way to put it. That's a really good way to put it. It's a weekend update joke. And then finally, we'll just touch on it briefly, and maybe tomorrow we can get into it a little bit more because there should be a little bit more information tomorrow. Justin and I talked about it a lot last week, and then, of course, we had the wildest weekend in Iowa sports history in recent memory with the Campbell news and Jimmy Rodgers and Iowa State beating the number 1 team, Iowa winning, all sorts of that stuff. College football playoff committee, we had all that stuff that shoved this news story out of our brain. But maybe tomorrow we can touch on it a little bit more, maybe even take some phone calls, because I know we've got some listeners that have really been following this NASCAR Michael Jordan lawsuit back and forth. Yesterday was the day that Richard Childress was going to be taking the stage. I keep saying the stage because it does feel like a production.
Yeah.
It feels like it's a show at this point. Jordan was there on Friday. Jordan took the stand on Friday, and it was kind of wild, Justin, when the reporting that came from that on Friday was basically like NASCAR's lawyer totally fanboyed on Jordan. Totally fanboyed on him. Like he and Jordan obviously had some sort of previous relationship, because as soon as Jordan got on stand, it was like, "Hey, buddy." Jordan's like, "Oh, you're not wearing your Jordans today," and he was like, "No." And then they even talked about how, when you're building a team, you got to have the best players. And Jordan said, "Well, it all depends on where those players are from." And the NASCAR attorney went, "From North Carolina."
Is NASCAR just sitting there being like, what the?
No. So it turns out, Justin, that it might have all been that was kind of the plan for NASCAR, was not to try to make it against Michael Jordan. That they basically,
then you lose everyone.
Yes, you can lose people. It was interesting to hear Jordan talk about his history with NASCAR, how, growing up in the South there, his dad loved going to NASCAR races, and so he was a big part of it. He always wanted to be a part of it. And he has great reverence for the France family. So it was a very interesting Friday. I haven't had a chance to really listen to what happened yesterday because things were crazy, obviously, this weekend.
Yeah.
So tomorrow, maybe we can spend a few minutes and talk about what is happening and what's the latest, because there's some big names. The biggest names in all of NASCAR are converging now on this story. So tomorrow we'll touch on that a little bit more when we've got some more time. Okay. You got any fun plans for today?
No. Today's just kind of a more chill day. I have to prep for Wednesday's show, edit that all. So it'll be all out there on Media Row Pod. So that'll be fun. And then, just a really chill day.
Well,
Can't
you
complain.
go do that, and then we'll get back at it tomorrow morning. Okay.
Always.
Thanks so much, Justin. Appreciate you being here. Thank you to all of you for joining us here on a Tuesday morning. We'll be back at it tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. right here on The Rush and TheRushRadio.com.
I'm loving these wooden nickels, Brian.
Yeah, I suppose everyone is catching on.
Just spend $20 to get a wooden nickel.
It's 25.
Collect 10 and add up the savings on your next purchase.
Some of these are worth $5. That could be huge.
I know, right? That's why you have to spend $20.
It's 25.
Collect 10. It's like money back to you.
Spend 20, you get another wooden nickel.
It's 25.
Collect 10 and add up the savings. It's huge.
Central City Liquors, home of the 10% cash coupon.
And the wooden nickel program.
It's huge.
What's going on, everybody? It's Bobby here at Land Rover Des Moines. I just want to wish you a Merry Christmas and to remind you that there is somebody special in your life that needs a 628 horsepower off-road Land Rocket Defender Octa under the tree for Christmas. So give us a call, click, or visit us at LandRoverDesMoines.com. Visit us in the showroom. We'll be glad you did.
Get ready, Des Moines. College basketball is heating up at Casey Center. On December 20th, the Iowa Hawkeyes take on the Bucknell Bison in a non-conference showdown you won't want to miss. Presented by Casey's. Feel the action. Hear the roar. Be there as the new-look Hawkeyes bring the intensity to the capital city. Tickets are going fast. Grab yours now at HighVTix.com and be part of the excitement on December 20th. Iowa versus Bucknell, presented by Casey's. December 20th, only at Casey Center. Be there.
Bad gift giving. It happens to the best of us.
Thanks, I think.
But what if I told you there's a better way? Toss the silly socks and ditch the mediocre mugs, because the Iowa Lottery's gift that keeps on winning is here to save the holidays. Give your loved ones holiday scratch tickets with the chance to win instantly or unwrap your share of $1 million. Say no to boring presents with the Iowa Lottery this holiday season. Woohoo! Enter and see rules at ialottery.com/VIP.
'Tis the season to share great taste. Grab a refreshing Coca-Cola and make every moment a celebration. Locally made, nationally loved, Coca-Cola is the real deal when it comes to holiday cheer. Whether you're kicking back after the game or hosting the crew, nothing hits like that crisp, fizzy taste. Make this season yours. Grab an ice-cold Coca-Cola today.
Missing a quality, home-cooked meal? You know, the kind Mom used to make? Lucky for you, we found her recipe book. Welcome to the High Life. Welcome to the Champagne of Bars.
Every business has priorities, and Priority One Heating and Cooling is no different. As a service provider, we prioritize quality air conditioners and furnaces that will keep your home at your comfort level year-round. As a small business, we prioritize doing things the right way and treating people fairly. As a truly local business, we prioritize our community. As a veteran-owned business, we prioritize duty and commitment. For big business service with local value, trust your home to the place where you are always Priority One.
Back to the rush. Strong opinions, weak filters, and just enough sense to stay on the air. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.